Good morning everyone, and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity. And today, yes, it's Tuesday and we are up with KSCRAFT. And if you saw the haul video yesterday, you will see that it was all Easter. Now I've got 3 items and I've already made the Hoppy Easter bag topper. I have made the little bunny donut, which is absolutely gorgeous. What a great embellishment. And we are going to make the Easter Bunny memory deck. So that's the one we're going to make. Right, so first of all, I'm going to share with you what I have already done. And this year for Easter, I'm sticking with a lot of milk chocolate. So I'm choosing colours that are reflecting chocolate. Now you can turn the egg section into a shaker, but I've chosen just to print off a little image from this same pack here, which is I Love Easter from Echo Park, and this is the digital pack from Snap Click Supply. So I've used the pastel plaid, I've used one of the little pieces of ephemera that come in the digital pack, just resized it and cut it out with the egg. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? I absolutely love that. And I think I've run out of my pale yellow. Although if I go mooching through my boxes, I've probably got many more sheets. So that is the little bag topper. Now you can, if you want to, just shear the handles off and you can have that on a little card. So it's a double usage. Love that. Right, so let's move that one over there. And then the next one is this cute little thing. Look at that. I've used my chocolate paper again, and I've used some of my little what do we call them, rhombus sequins from AliExpress, which are some of my favourite. I always use them as sprinkles on donuts and cakes. And then I just put a few little pink sequins, little flowers in there. I don't know if my camera's behaving. There we go, a nice close-up. And then of course you've got the little bunny ears. Isn't that cute? Oh, I do love that. That is so sweet. So you can see I'm going all matchy-matchy today. And I'm also going matchy-matchy with my mem decks, because I think it would make quite a nice gift. So I've cut all of my pieces out, and I'll go through it as we start gluing. You can see my theme here. I'm trying to move stuff away. Right, so I've cut one Memdex in my chocolate coloured cardstock, but I've also done it in white. Now, it comes with a sentiment, and I have glued that on just as, you know, a bit of a time saver. And that fits into this region here. So you end up with your Easter there. So I've also cut the little flowers that come with it, and, you know, stuck with the same colours that will pick up on the plaid that is in the paper. So I'm just going to scoot those down here actually. Now I've also got some fluff on it. You can't craft without a bit of fluff in white, because I want to glue my chocolate one onto my white one, and then I've got a nice stiff Memdex which is going to stand up to the rigours of being used and looked at. So I'm just going to go in with my glue and put my chocolate piece on first. Really quick and easy to do this. Such a sweet design. And of course you can get all of your stickers or anything else, your other embellishments, to put onto this. So I'm just going to make sure that it's lined up. Now this chocolate coloured cardstock is from the Tim Holtz craft selection of cardstocks, because it was the closest one to milk chocolate that I'd got in my box. Now I might have a little bit of a white shadow because I haven't glued it down straight, but that's okay. I am not perfect, and nor do I ever try to be. Right, there we go. So now we've got a nice stiff Memdex, and you can see there is a little bit of white. Don't worry about it, you know. So squishy, squishy. I'm more interested with getting the fluff off my projects than being perfectly straight, to be honest. So now we've got our background, which is that lovely chocolate, and I've already made my sentiment, so I'm just going to go in and glue that. So squidgins of glue all the way around there, and then you just want to give yourself a nice little border, but you don't want to encroach on the area that would go into your Rolodex if you're using a Rolodex system to hold your cards. So I'm just going to slide that down. So there, I've got my Easter stuck down on my chocolate bunny. Now, it looks great in chocolate, I have to say, but my head is in white. So I'm going to scoot those pieces off, and then you'll just get your little head like that, and you'll pop that onto there. So more glue again. And I keep looking at my bottle, and I've been leaving the lid off my glue longer and longer, just to see how long it takes to get all gunked up. Do you know what I mean? And it's not too bad, actually. So we're just going to line this up again. Once again, don't worry if it's not absolutely straight, because it just looks cute sometimes when you've got little bits of shade and shadow coming out of everywhere. Now, if you liked your chocolatey ears, sorry about my background paper sliding around, and I will quickly digress. I have now ordered 2 sheets of vinyl that I'm going to glue down the length of my table, and I'm just waiting for it to arrive. So I will have a nice straight and still background soon. So that's all glued down, and you can see that bit. Now, in the die comes ears, and I have cut mine in pink, which will slot into here, and we're going to glue those in. But I've also got them in white because they popped out of here. So if you're somebody who doesn't want to use the paws or wants to do something different, you can use these as paws as well. So if you kind of like look at where you are and you want it hanging on to something, or you just want to move it around like this and have it hanging on to something else, if you didn't want to use the sentiment, then you can totally use the ears as little hands as well, which is why I save those little bits just to show you. But now we're going to glue those ears down. Now, if you want to dot back in with another colour, you can totally do that. I'm just going pink, and I'm quite happy to have my chocolate showing through. Maybe put a little bit too much there. Squish that out. Pop that one down. So I've got those little chocolate buttons going on there on the ears. Now for the face, I don't know if I want to do some blush. I think I will. I'll just pause and get my chalks. Right, I'm back, and I've got one of my little blenders, and I'm going to use a kind of paler pink. I'm going for this, like, more of a coral pink. Now, I use Jane Davenport, and these are her pastel chalks. Now, you can get them from her website. If you're lucky, you can find bargains on eBay. But if you're someone who likes to watch my daily hot picks, I think it was last week, I actually linked chalk pastels in a set that all got a 5-star rating from artists, and they're in sticks, which would mean basically you just get your blendy tool onto the stick and then do what I'm about to do here. And whether they still are or not from that link, they were $4 for the set, which I thought was absolutely amazing. And also, if you're someone who likes pan pastels and those blending tools, I linked those as well, and they were just a couple of bucks. I was quite shocked to see them, actually. So if you're somebody who likes to go back through my links on my videos from last week, you'll find them. Now, I've got a little bit of chalk on here. Now, I'm going to use a spare leg just to blend, because I want it on there, but I don't want to be too shocking. So you can see I've got quite a bit. So I blended that off a little. And now you find that if you've got old cutting plates like me, they can get dinged up a bit, obviously, and you can find your chalks will rest in the dinged areas. So I've got some serious blush going on there. Now, a really cute thing to do when you're doing blush on bunnies or bears or anything is to get your white paint marker and just add a dot of colour, and we'll do that right at the end. So you can see my bunny there is incredibly blushed up, so I'll just move that stick out of the way. Now, before you start putting on your eyes and your nose, I would strongly suggest you add glasses, because the glasses are wherever you want them, you're going to position your features. So if you want them much lower down, do you know what I mean? The lower down you go, the more intellectual your rabbit will look. So I want my bunny to be a little bit sassy, a little bit kittenish, so I'm going to go about there, a little bit higher up. And as you start to, you know, use your little bits of die cuts and eyes and stuff like that, you quickly start to notice how using different things, it changes the features where you position them. So I know that I'm going to go there. So she's a little bit sassy and a little bit studious, my bunny rabbit. So a little bit of glue just on the nose section. You don't need to use much for this. And obviously try to be as central as possible. So I am going there. Now I'm just going to hold that up to make sure the glasses are straight. And adjust accordingly. There we go. And now, because my background paper is already white, I don't need to add any white dots for the eyes. But where you position the eyes is also very important. The closer together you go, the meaner your rabbit will look. So I want my eyelashes kind of turned out slightly, as I said, sort of kitteny orientally. So I'm going like that for my rabbit, because I just think that looks pretty. So somewhere around here, I'm just mooching, I have a broken pickup tool, and I've actually screwed the end. Look, I mean, it's something that you can just get your scissors and cut the end off, but your wax pickup tool will last until there's nothing left of it. So that's exactly what I intend to do. Now I can see that I'm kind of about 1/4 of an inch away on the glasses, so I'm just going to put a little drop there, because I can always push that little drop of glue along with the eye when I stick it down. So just grab the eye there, grab your piece of glue, and then we can push them out if we don't like it. So I'm looking at that. That's a little bit serious, so I'm just going to push the eye out a little bit more. Maybe up just a fraction. There. I'm going to go like that for my eyes. I'm quite happy with that. Just make sure they're stuck down flat. Now you get a curved piece and you also get a heart piece, and I've glued mine on top of the other because that is going to be the nose and the mouth. And once again, how you position is how your rabbit is going to look. See, the higher up you go, she looks nice, but she looks a little bit smug. Do you know what I mean? So lowering it a little bit just adds that little touch of softness and sweetness again. So that is where I am going to put my dot of glue. I'm going to have it about there. And then if I don't like it, I can still, you know, slide her around. but I think she looks kind of soft and sweet like that. So we've got the glasses and we've got the eyes, and we've also got all of these flowers, and of course we've got the paws to finish off. Now I want to stick her bow up here, and I've gone the same pink as the ear because I intend to put a little blue flower in the middle. So I'm just going to try to stop sliding my paper around and put a little blob of glue. And then I'm just going to pop that there, just under the ear. And then I'm going to put the centre on. And then I'm going to add one of those little blue flowers on top of that. So you probably won't see the centre, but I'm just going to go there. And she's got a little flower on top of a bow. Now, because I've used a chocolate background, because I wanted that chocolate to tie in with everything else, you'll see I've got all of this space here. Now, first of all, you're going to have to put your little paws in because she's hanging onto that Easter sign, and it's kind of like, where do you want those paws to go? They can be slightly onto her face there. And I kind of like that idea, but I like the idea that they'd be elevated. So I'm going to use a foam pad, and I'm just going to grab my scissors and cut straight through. And I'm going to put half of one on each trotter. And I may have to trim a bit off, I'm not sure. Nope, it fits. Right, so that's good. And then we'll get the other half piece and pop it onto the other paw. Now by elevating this up, what I'm actually doing is giving myself a little well into which to glue those flowers. So kind of follow the curve, and I want it partly on her face. So I'm going there. And then I think I'm going there. Let's have a look at that. That looks about even. Make sure that flower's glued on. Right, so now we've got our little blossoms, and we just need to dot glue in and stick them on. Now I've got this little area here where I'm going to put some, and we'll see how many will kind of fit into that gap. Now I still want to be able to make out that the word is Easter, so you know, obviously you don't want to cover that up too much. And I'll go in with a larger yellow bloom, try to position it between the S and the T, and then my pink one. I'm going to slide that under there. Just make sure you've made contact with your glue. Now that will take a couple of seconds to dry. So she's got 3 little blossoms under there, and then I've got this area under here. So I'm wondering how many I've got left. And I think I might just go a few under here. So I'm going to put my dots reasonably close together so that I can kind of cross them over. So if I go a blue, a pink, a yellow, and 2 yellows and a blue, yeah, that's what I'll do. Now, because I'm just using a broken one, you'll, like I said, you'll see it sliding up and down. You need to just stay within your edge so that when you're using your Memdex, it's not going to catch and, you know, tear them off. Oh, I like that. And then I'm going to do it here. and just keep them quite close together. So I'm going to go blue, I'm going to go yellow, and then catching my sliding pen again, I'm going to go pink. So I'm just going to press that down. I have got a fair bit of humidity here today, but there we have our little finished, make sure that's glued on, little bunny Memdex. Isn't that sweet? Now, as I was saying, getting your white paint pen. So I know there's people on this channel who love it when I get my white paint pen out. They've actually told me, bless them. So let's see what we can do. I'm just priming it because I haven't used it for a couple of days. And into this area here where you've got the glasses, kind of try to line it up with the eyes and just go in and do a little white dot on the cheek, which might not seem like much, but it is. It makes a difference. And you can put little freckles there as well if you want to, if you've got a darker grey or something. Now I do hope it's showing. Right, there we go. It's there with a little pause just higher up than those flowers. You've got the Easter in that lovely plaid, and we've used the pinks, and we've got the little blue in the bow, and I just think that's absolutely stunning. So as you can see, I'm kind of working towards a little gifting set here where everything is of the same shade. Right, I thank you so much for joining me today. As usual, all links are below, and I will be back tomorrow with more from KSCRAFT. Have an awesome day. Bye.